It has been a very busy Atlantic hurricane season. Here are all the tracks so far. We're continuing to monitor all those systems that are out there. We're watching two named systems, and we're also watching another cluster of thunderstorms that may develop into our next named storm. So far, we've had 14 storms, 5 hurricanes, 3 major hurricanes. On average, through September 13th, we would expect 8 storms, 3 hurricanes, and only 1 major hurricane. Hurricane Lee still a major hurricane at this point with winds of 115 miles per hour, gusts up to 140, moving towards the northwest at about 6 miles per hour. Now, we're not going to have a direct impact for us here across South Carolina, but an indirect impact for Hurricane Lee will be that high risk for some dangerous rip currents. This will be for all swimmers. You need to heed the advice of the local beach patrol because possibly life-threatening rip currents along the coastal region, or at least the beaches of South Carolina through the weekend. Here's the latest for Hurricane Lee, still a major storm, Category 3 storm at this point. It's going to weaken as it moves a little bit more towards the north, and it is going to be going over some much cooler waters. Spaghetti models in pretty good agreement over the next 5 to 7 days. They do spread out a little bit in the long term, but you'll notice pretty good agreement there. We're also watching that possibility for some tropical storm force winds for Bermuda. Also that possibility for some tropical storm force winds in the northeastern part of the continental United States. As far as hurricane force winds are concerned, low chance right now because it looks like Lee will continue to weaken as it moves towards the north. Here's the European forecast model showing Lee moving towards the north, making a landfall possibly over the weekend. And then we're also going to be watching this area down here. European model shows that developing into another named storm. American model on board with that same idea. You can see that rotation right down there showing at least the possibility for another named storm. Here are both models kind of on top of each other. You can see Hurricane Lee moving towards the north and then making landfall, it looks like, over the weekend. And then our next possible named storm right there. Both American and European models show that developing into something. And here it is. This is the one we'll be watching. High chance for it to develop over the next 7 days, at least according to the National Hurricane Center. Here's Hurricane Margot. No problem here. It's going to kind of meander out in the middle of the Atlantic over the next several days, but here are hurricane name lists so far. We still have Lee out there, which was a Category 5 storm. Margot, we're going to continue to track. It's going to be out in the middle of the Atlantic, and you see our next named storm, and hopefully we won't get too deep into this list, but hurricane season does officially continue until November 30th.